back once again. Oop, looks like I need to change my CD out. Live from my 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan. You guys have not actually seen a review of this vehicle yet. Haven't had a chance to film one, but it will be coming up very soon. Right now, I'm just loading all of my CDs into the hard drive here. So I figured I'd do a live stream, see who was out there tonight. It's a little warm. You can actually hear the cicadas out there. Let me turn this music down before I get a copyright strike, which I don't need another one of those, believe me. Not too bad, light-wise. One thing that drove me nuts about this van is they wound up putting in just the regular incandescent bulbs instead of LEDs, probably to cheapen out. But I found out that even the higher end models, the dome lights in here are still just regular incandescents. Probably a little cost saving measure when Fiat took over. But other than that, she's doing really well. I've been enjoying this vehicle. Chris Garrett says, "Hey Matt, finally made a stream. Awesome." Little update on the van. I have only one issue with the van, and that's going to be resolved hopefully in the next few days, and that is the passenger side power door lock does not function. Now, I've had the actuator changed out thinking that was the problem, and it wasn't, and it wound up being it's the body control module. So about $1,300 later, ouch, right? That's going to be fixed in the next couple of days, and once that's fixed, this van is going to be 100%. Now, I know some of you out there, and I know Eric, if he's here, he's going to say, "Matt, what did you do with this van?" He said he would never buy a Fiat era Chrysler, and normally I wouldn't have either, but this was a really good deal, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I'm sure some of the videos have spam comments. That's just par for the course on YouTube. Unfortunately, you're going to get that a lot. Mr. Jimmy says hello. Interesting. I know I got two people here at least, and it's only commenting I have one. Do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up if you really enjoy these live streams. I know I enjoy making them, and yeah, so I'm just in the van right now, relaxing, kind of just don't have too much else to do other than put my CDs into the hard drive, because these Chryslers, these Dodge Chrysler vehicles actually have built-in hard drives. So right now I'm just loading up all my CDs in there. Ford, what is that? Ford Music Lewis 97 says good evening. Good evening to you. I think you're new. I don't think I've ever seen you at one of these live streams before, but that's cool. You know, we always enjoy having new people come to the streams. For those of you that are interested, the van now currently has 112,487 miles. Probably the reason, definitely one of the reasons I got a good deal on it was it had some higher mileage, but that really doesn't scare me because I don't do a heck of a lot of driving, and by the time I'm ready to get rid of the van, I'm doubtful it'll even have 200,000 on it. And this has got the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6, which has a timing chain. Thank the Lord. I don't have to deal with timing belts like on the other van and the PT Cruiser I had. This has a timing chain. These engines are known to go for a long time, 200,000-300,000 miles. So don't always believe the hype out there, the different reviews. They'll tell you vehicles are really bad when they're not. I mean, every vehicle has their Achilles heels. Can you do a video on your new XPS desktop? I will try. Videos right now are very hard to film in the house because, you know, I literally have my mother and my father in there all the time, and they have the TVs on, so that sound always tends to bleed through. My teacher, Miss Bargner, I'm just going to say her name was Deborah, had a Dodge Grand Caravan XST, granite exterior, and she drives to Lane School. Cool. A lot of teachers have them. Now, this one is the SE Plus, they would call it, and I was surprised because I thought this was the base model. That was the other reason I got it for a good price, is that It doesn't have, it has Manuel, as we like to call them, because Manuel would come in and operate it if you don't want to. It has manual everything, so manual seats. It does have power locks and power windows, but it has manual seats. It does have the third row and the second row stow and go, so it does have some options. So it's kind of like the lower mid-ranged option vehicle. It doesn't have it has the infotainment in the front, but it doesn't have like the upgraded cluster where you would get the constant like what do they call it? The constant compass, the constant miles per hour, the temperature and stuff like that. On mine, you get all that except the compass, but you have to select it manually. You have to go through a different screen. So, there were some sacrifices with it being a more base model. You also don't get power liftgate or the power sliding rear doors, but that really doesn't bother me. It's not something that I really need. It's just more to go wrong. So I figured why not stick with the base model. And the beauty part is I don't owe a lot on this. So if I do decide to trade it in for something different, I can do that. It really wouldn't be a big deal at all. Oh, so we had 5 people. Now we got 3 people here again. 4 likes. Thank you so much. Likes always help. I really don't have a heck of a lot to talk about right now. Computers. Okay, give you guys an update. So you guys know I have the new Dell XPS, the what is it, the 8750, something like that. It's 8740, 8750. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's got the 12th gen, is it? Core i7 in it. It's a really nice system, and that's what I've been using when I edit my videos up. I still have quite a few systems for sale, so if any of you are in the Hampton Roads area of Virginia, right now I have 1 laptop available. That's all I have laptop-wise, but I still have a lot of refurbished desktops that are available. So if you want to come by, you can send me a private message through Facebook, or I'm not even sure if YouTube still does PMs, but I could set you up with a really nice desktop for under $400. My systems right now range from like 200 to like, actually I think 200 to 300 is what I have in right now in that range, and I have a whole bunch of different systems. I need to update some of the prices. My pricing system's kind of wonky right now because I just haven't been sleeping that well. So when I put these up for sale, I kind of listed some too high and some too low. So you know what? Come by and take advantage of my insanity right now. So we got 5 people here. If you got any questions or comments, go ahead and stick them in there. I don't know if the chat is working well right now. Sometimes it dies out on me, especially when I'm using my cell phone for the live stream. I don't know what it is with YouTube. They need to get the whole live stream thing going a little bit better. It seems very glitchy at times, and luckily I remembered to turn off the Wi-Fi because I'm outside right now, so I'm live streaming over 5G. So you guys should be getting a pretty good quality stream right now. Oh, that disc is almost done. Right now I'm just uploading some of the oldies CDs that I have. Do you guys remember any of these? Book of Love, the Monotones, Buzz, 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 the Hollywood Flame, Don't You Just Know It? And that's Huey, Piano Smith, and the Clowns. I don't know all of these, honestly. Some of these songs I'm not even familiar with. Happy, Happy Birthday, Baby. I know that one. Happy, Happy Birthday, Baby. And that's the Tune Weavers. And then the Elegance, Little Star, the Elegance. Where are you, little star? Oh, rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-too. Oh, I'm not going to try to sing too well because who knows? Just singing in my own voice, they might give me a copyright strike. Got to change the next disc out. I don't know how long I'm going to do this tonight. Whew. Wow. tell you, that CD got pretty darn hot from being in there. I think the laser's heating it up. Plus, I'm not doing any favors tonight because it's really pretty warm out right now. It's probably only in the, well, I would say it's maybe like 75, 76, but it's pretty high humidity, which is very typical around here, especially in the summertime. Well, I'm getting there. I got about half of them done. The next one I got to do is the 80s, which has the Owner of a Lonely Heart, Urgent, Foreigner, The Reflex, Duran. Who did Reflex? That was Foreigner. Oh yeah, Reflex, Reflex, flex, 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 flex. Kind of reminds you of Max Headroom back in the day. But what I did is I made copies of the artwork of the disc, and I actually made them into this little binder. So these are actually just burnt CDs. I do that because you never want to put your original discs in the car. It's never a good idea. Really, we got 7 people here, and nobody's making any comments. Nobody has any questions or anything. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'm good for at least a few more minutes. I was up late last night too because I just couldn't sleep. How many of you out there have issues sleeping nowadays? I don't know. I swear it has a lot to do with this 5G network they say is affecting our brains, and probably don't do myself any favors that I keep my cell phone right by my bed, so I'm constantly getting those waves coming in and out of my brain probably. And of course, when I can't sleep, I'm right there with my cell phone and I'm on it and, looking at Facebook or updating Twitter or something like that. Although I haven't done much with Twitter recently. Twitter kind of bores me, I guess you should say. Oh, definitely got a plane flying right now. I was watching air disasters earlier, and they were talking about it wasn't Elon Musk, and now I can't even remember the guy's name, but the one that owns Virgin Mobile or Virgin, and he was trying to get the first manned public space flight. So basically, people would pay to go up into space, and you wouldn't go to the space station, but you actually go into space and you'd be weightless, like you could feel what it's like to not have to deal with gravity. And unfortunately, the first test that they did was a disaster. The co-pilot activated what their equivalent of the flaps was too early, and it caused it to break up. And the pilot survived. He actually got out with just like a minor head injury. Well, I say minor. He had a concussion, but unfortunately, the co-pilot that made the mistake. That mistake cost him his life. He never got out of the capsule. So it was very interesting. It was something I haven't really looked into a lot. When you think about it, it's really sad that that people have to lose their lives in test flights like that. But you know what? I guess that's what happens when you have progress. Oh my goodness, somebody left a $5 super chat. I don't know who that was. I'm thinking it was probably Mark. Hey Mark, now it's working. I warned I had to spend $1,000. Oh my gosh. Chris Garrett asks, the XP 8950 or 8940, I'm not sure which one it is. I keep forgetting. Windows 10 or 11. It is Windows 11. I'm not a huge fan. I actually upgraded to Windows 11 Pro with it. I went online and I got a Windows 11 Pro sticker for it, or a product key, I should say. Though it's not even really is it a product key? Yeah, it's like a product key, but very buggy Windows. I find Windows 11 very buggy. I have random crashes once in a while with it, and I know it's not the computer because I've had other people that tell me they have Windows 11 and it's crashed a lot. The Mark Covington, the rear view mirror of my 2008 Chevy HHR has a built-in compass. Yeah, this one actually doesn't, believe it or not. I don't have a compass at all in here. My 1990s, even my 96 Chevy Tahoe actually has a compass built into the rear view mirror. But that's not something I really mind. I mean, I guess it's nice. It was nice in the days before GPSs, but I have a compass in my cell phone. It's just not something I really need. And now that I'm saying that, I need to double check and make sure. No. I'll tell you exactly what this van will tell you information wise. It does have a trip computer, so it'll tell you, it gives you a tripometer, so it'll give you the mileage on your trip. It tells you your distance to empty with the fuel. It can tell you how fast you're going digitally. It tells you your miles per gallon. It tells you the temperature, and it tells you your miles. So that's basically all this particular van will tell you. Now, if you had the higher trim model, this is the SE Plus. If you had the GT or the SXT, which I think is the highest range one, they give you the bigger display, which is my display is about that big. It's a one-line display. If you have the higher end model, they give you one that's like that big, which is probably like I would say like a 5 or 6 line display. And then they give you some other features too. The highest end model, which is basically like my other van was, the one that Dad bought for me, which is the touring model. Actually even has a built-in power inverter, which unfortunately this one doesn't. But this one does have 3 power ports, 12-volt ones, 2 in the front, and then it's got the one in the back. I wish I knew. It's not telling me. I apologize. It's not telling me who gave me the $5 super chat. I'm just guessing it's from Mark. So if whoever gave the super chat, please just give me a heads up there. For whatever reason, this is just not telling me. Bobby Warren said I had to get a new Mac computer as my personal computer. A lot of people like the Macs. I just could not get used to it. Hey, good evening. I think it was one of the pastors of the church. He lives in the neighborhood and he gets his walks in late at night now. He actually moved. He used to live a couple houses down from me. Now he moved to like the senior living, I guess it is, facility. Although now that I think about it, I didn't think he was that old, because I think you have to be like 55 or up to live there. So maybe he is. I don't know. Oh man, I tell you, I don't know what it is, folks. Maybe I'm just not sleeping well, but I am so tired all of a sudden. It's very peaceful just sitting out here talking. I'm listening to the cicadas and in the trees. Maybe some grasshoppers I do here in the background as well. Here's an area not too far from here where they just built up all these townhouses. Actually, it's townhouses and apartments, and right in the middle they surround like a big man-made pond, and it's really cool. Right in the middle, in the pond they got tons of frogs. They have, I think there was an iguana that they have living in there. I don't know about fish though. No, I think about it, they must have fish, because I did see somebody walking there when I was handing out my computer flyers, and they did have some fishing gear with them. So it was really cool. I honestly never thought that they would do something like that, but even a man-made pond is better than nothing. And around here, there really aren't a lot of ponds and lakes. Not like when we lived in New York, in Carmel. There was a lot of lakes. Like where we lived was called Kent Lakes, because there were a whole bunch of different lakes in the area, and our lake was like right at the end of the street. Well, you go to the end of the street, you have to make a left, and I don't know, it was maybe like 3/4 of a mile away, but it was really nice because now we had a pool. But if you didn't have a pool and it was really hot one day, you didn't know what to do, you wanted to go swimming, you could just put your swimming trunks on, go down to the lake and have a swim. And that one was also a man-made lake, believe it or not. I found that out years later after we moved. I actually didn't even know that was a man-made lake. Oh, we got 10 people here now. Awesome. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and give me those likes. Those thumbs up always help if you're really enjoying the content. Super chats are always welcome. They're not expected, but if you give a super chat, I will try to make the content a little bit better on the channel. It gives me the ability to do more things. I can go different places. If I've even been thinking of maybe starting some like a Patreon page, because I'd be able to do more things. I wouldn't have to worry so much about using the money to pay the bills, because right now, any money I make from YouTube is pretty much going to pay bills, like pay the car note or pay the loan on this van, paying other expenses that I have. Unfortunately, I think money's tight for everybody right now, and I don't want to be that kind of person that's just out there begging for money, because I grew up with guys in school that were like that. They were like, oh man, all they wanted to do was try to take you for every dollar you had. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, can't get what do they say? You can't get water out of a stone. You can't get blood out of a stone. Um, Oh, that brings me to another topic, something that I've been having a lot of issues with recently. For the longest time, the way I've run my business is I do free diagnostics. So if you bring me a computer, I'll diagnose it for free, tell you what's wrong with it, and then we go from there on the repairs. So basically, what I'll do is I'll tell them what's wrong with it, and I'll give them a quote, and they'll say, yeah, I need to get it fixed, and that's how much it'll be, or no, I'll just take the computer back. Well, I was getting too many of the latters instead of the formers. I had people taking advantage of the data backups, or not the sorry data back, the free diagnostic, and basically bringing me computers just to find out if they were worth fixing. And a lot of times they're not, and a lot of times they know it, but I still have to do the work. So basically what I'm doing now is I'm charging a fee for diagnostics. It's going to be $40 starting as of right now. And what I'll do is if you buy a computer from me, I'll basically waive the diagnostic fee, or I'll apply that to the computer you buy and or the repair. So basically, let's say they brought a computer to me and they wanted to get it repaired, and it wasn't worth repairing, and they wanted to buy a new computer from me. So basically what I would do is I would discount the new computer $40. And so that diagnostic fee would go towards the price of the computer. Or if it was worth fixing, then that price would go towards the diagnostic price, would go towards the price of the repair. And that's of the computer. And that's basically the way we used to work it at Best Buy too. And unfortunately, I didn't like doing that because I didn't think it was all that fair. I never minded doing free diagnostics, but I'm telling you, people out there can be really ruthless, and they can be very, very cruel. And what they were doing is they were bringing me, I had people literally bringing me sometimes 5 and 6 systems, wanting me to give them free diagnostics. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. My time is worth more than that. So that's kind of a change that I had to implement. And that was kind of my fault too, to be honest with you. I probably was a little bit too kind when it came to the free diagnostics for too long. Most places don't do that anymore. That's kind of gone by the wayside. So we got 10 people, or 9 or 10 people. I'm going to say 10 because this thing's always off a little bit. Yeah, I've been yammering on long enough. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to know? And yes, Chris Garrett, I will try to do a video on the van and my Dell XPS, probably in that order, to be honest with you, because it's going to be easier to film a review of this vehicle before I can do one inside. Because when I film in my room, I have to find a time when basically both parents are out of the house, like when mom and dad are out. Maybe when they go out to eat one day, I'll be able to film the video of that Dell XPS. But I mean, there really isn't too much to talk about it. The only drawback to that, and I actually tell you a quick story about this Dell XPS. Most computers nowadays do not come with any optical storage, and I had forgotten that, or I didn't even realize that, because most of the computers I deal with are business class systems, which even to this day, a lot of them still do have at least a DVD-ROM drive. But most consumer grade systems do not come with any kind of optical storage anymore. I mean, if you buy like a tower, like a gaming tower or something, a lot of times you don't even have a 5.25-inch bay anymore, let alone a 3.5-inch for something like a floppy. But luckily, because this is an XPS, which is technically a professional grade Dell computer, this particular one did actually come with a optical drive. And the way I got this was in their clearance section. I think what this one actually was somebody purchased it probably from for a business, or they purchased a bulk amount of them with this particular specs. And for whatever reason, this one didn't sell. So after a while, it went into the clearance section, and that's when I bought it. So not only did I get a really good deal on it, number one, but number two, I actually was able to get one with a optical drive, a DVD burner, albeit a laptop style. So basically, it's little thin slimline one, which they tend to burn out after a while, but at least it has it, because I need that. I do a lot, as you guys know, with retro gaming, and I need the ability to burn CDs. That's first and foremost. Be able to burn CDs, and also to burn DVDs is a nice feature as well. Don't forget, click that thumbs up button if you're so inclined. We got 10 watchers and we got 9 likes. Let's try to do 10 and 10. Help me out here a little bit, folks. And once again, I appreciate whoever gave me that super chat. Again, I'm guessing Mark Covington, but it's not telling me, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just not telling me who did the super chat, which is odd. It always has in the past. Yeah. Thank you for that other thumbs up. That always helps. Oh, this CD's taking a lot longer. This one must have a lot more songs on it. And then after this, I'm probably going to call it quits, but I still have a whole bunch more. Like, I still have probably another 10 discs I can throw onto this hard drive. What is this one? Is that? Oh, it's Aerosmith. I'll probably skip Aerosmith. I'm not a huge Aerosmith fan, although I will put in the Eagles CD. So I got the Eagles. I got New Country in here, which is really good. That's one I picked up at a Dollar Tree years ago. 1989 version of the country's best hits from 1989. They just called it New Country. And then I got Eagles' greatest hits here, Hotel California. Let me remember that one. Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place. Such a lovely face. Huh, and I'm missing a CD in here. I'm missing CD number 1 to the Real 80s, which I'll probably skip that because I have another 80s disc in here. And then I have Smash Mouth, which does have satellite radio strong. Does this have? Yep, this is the one that has All Star on it. Let's face it, Smash Mouth is known mainly for the song All Star. You know, hey now, you're an all-star, get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a rock star, get the show on, get paid. Then I have Al Stewart, Time Passages in there for some reason. It's actually a really good album. Except it doesn't have Year of the Cat. Ooh, did you guys hear that? We definitely had some shots fired on the highway. A lot of police chases around here recently. I've been hearing a lot of shots being fired on the highway, and I assume it's probably from the cops. At least I hope it is. Trying to keep law and order around here. Although, you know, ever since the human, as what is it, Adrian from Adrian's Digital Basements calls it, the human malware came in, it's gotten a lot worse, and I think a lot of it has to do with people's mental states. You know, I'm really surprised my battery's holding up that much. I have the phone connected to the Bluetooth in the van, and a battery. It shows my battery is still being about 3/4. Incidentally, I have no idea which microphone it's working off of right now. I assume it's working off the mic in the phone, but it might actually be working on the built-in mic in the van, wherever it is. And I still don't know where the microphone is for the Bluetooth, because that's one feature this van has been, and that's what actually makes it an SE Plus versus an SE. The SE Plus has the Uconnect, so basically the Bluetooth hands-free phone. Plus, it also has the stow and go seats for the second row. I didn't even know that you could get a base model that just had the bench second row seat. So apparently the real low end model that isn't stow and go. It's basically just a bench seat. So the second row here, which you can see right there, the seats are actually down right now. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but the lower end one, the lowest end one, would actually have it where that was just a bench seat, like in an old school Caravan. And I guess if you wanted to get rid of those seats, you'd have to take them out like an old school Caravan, whereas this one actually has the captain's chairs, or the what do they call them, the two bucket seats. And of course, the only negative to that is you can't sit as many people, whereas you could sit 3 people there, you can only sit 2. So this van is a 7-passenger, 2, 4, 7-passenger, and the real cheap one would probably be an 8-passenger van. Actually, I'm really surprised that they didn't opt for the real base package. I guess they wanted to have the Bluetooth connection on the phone. And that's mainly because I believe this was a fleet vehicle. So basically, this was used for hauling, probably, you know, who knows, maybe it was a hospital vehicle. They used it for hauling organs or something like that. I don't know, but I can tell that the only seat that was ever used or sat in was the driver's seat, because with 112,000 miles, there's really no wear on any of the seats. Even the driver's seat is minimally worn on this, but the passenger seat and the rear seats, you could just tell nobody had ever sat in them. So whatever this was used for was not used for hauling people. It was probably used for hauling who knows what. Your imagination probably could go wild. But I wouldn't be surprised if the stow and go seats and everything was in the down position, you know, basically the whole time. And what I can actually do, let me try something here real quick. Let me turn you guys around. So it's nighttime right now, so you guys are not going to be able to see too much, but basically this is the back of the van, and as you can see, the stow and go seats are in here. Now the rear stow and go seats actually stow into the floor, so everything basically goes flat. And if I wanted to, I can open this up real quick, and then that's actually the seat right there. So basically the way that you do that, you have to pull the bar here and you push and you pull this seat all the way up, and then basically from here you would open this up, and then you can pull the seat back up. I can't do this one-handed, but you'll have to take my word for it that that is the seat that would come up here, and then the other one is on that side. I'll go ahead and push this back, and yep, this is Manuel seats. Try to just push it back, keep it around there in case Dad has to drive it. And once again, manual doors, but let's face it, how hard is that to open and close? I mean, that's not bad at all. And actually, it'll close by itself most of the time. Coming around to the back here, open this up. Once again, manual lift gate. You can see where the seats actually come up here. So if I pull this up, you can see that that is one of the rear seats, and the rear seats in this are stow and go, but these are actually a bench seat, even though they're a split bench seat. But that one will actually go up. I don't know if I can do it one-handed. Let's see. So that's one. See if I remember how to do this. 2, and then there's a third one, but I can't do it one-handed. So basically this would come back up, and then you'd have that seat. See, if you pull this, then you should be able to pull that back. Yeah, just like that. And then you see you have your regular seat right there. And then to and then to fold it back down. For whatever reason, I don't have to use that, but that was nice that they marked them like the ones you do first. So number 1, and then number 2 is you pull this, because that is going to fold it down like that. 1, 2, and then you pull the number 3 here, and then that allows you to pull number 4 and basically fold the seat right back down into the wheel well, or into the well, I should say. Really nice carpet too. I actually don't mind the black. The black, even though it shows fuzz, it doesn't show dirt very easily. Back here, this is winding up being a little bit of review. You got your jack under here. You got a little bit of storage here. And then the back passengers get the speakers, and then they get cup holders, and then you get one power port on that side. This one, I don't know if they did away with it at this point, or it's just because this is a lower end model, but I don't get the real nice flashlight. Like my other van had that flashlight that you could pop out right there, but not going to cry over that. You know, it's no big deal. Try to put all this stuff back. I have my flyers in here. Ugh. Trying to keep it as neat as possible. You know, a lot of times you store too much crap in your vehicles anyway. But yeah, and then of course, for safety, this was the hardest part, because this belt was still attached to the seat. So I'm like, well, I don't want this belt, you know, when I put the seat down, the belt was going to go underneath. So I had to get like a little tool, like a little screwdriver, and I had to push a button that was inside that would actually release this special belt, which I believe is actually used for car seats and things like that. Ooh. I just realized that was not going to be good. And then, of course, you do have that cargo light right there. Mosquitoes are out in full force tonight. Let me see if I can turn... I guess I can't turn the light on, but if you see, like, right here, it'll tell you Dodge Grand Caravan. First Team is just where I bought it. But it doesn't tell you what it is. Like, it has no badging like SE or SE Plus. So I guess maybe for the SE, they didn't put it on there. That's what I'm guessing, because that's from what I've seen. Actually, the only LED that's in this is the driver's side kick panel light, and there's only a driver's side one. There isn't even a passenger's one in this. So yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. Oh, made good time, and my CD just finished. So let me put you guys back in the holster here. All right, and we can stop that racket. So you guys got a little bit of a taste of the van. I'll show you more when you can actually see more. Like right now, you guys are not really able to see too much, but the radio is the same one. If you want to know what the radio is that's in this, I could show you in a minute, but it's the same one that's in my 2010 van, my old 2010. And I really like the radio. The Infotainment Center in this is really good. It's got the built-in DVD player. I guess I can show you guys real quick. Whoa. Well, my thing fell off. So this is basically the Infotainment Center, and it's really easy to copy a CD. You basically just put the disc in, and then you push this button here, and it says during copy scan functions are not available, and you just say yes, and it'll give you a progress thing here. See, it says preparing to copy the disk to the hard drive, and then it will keep playing. Like you can actually play the music while you're copying the disc, or you can go and move it over to something like the satellite radio. Like I can go to radio here, and I can go to the satellite radio. I was listening to some U2 radio before. So it's very intuitive. I actually do like this radio. For some reason, a lot of people had complained about the Infotainment Center in this. I think this is one of Chrysler's strengths. I mean, it doesn't have like Apple CarPlay or Android audio in it, but it does have USB charging here. And then what I actually use is in the auxiliary port. What this is actually just a Bluetooth adapter that plugs in and just stays there. And that actually allows me to stream anything from my phone. So basically this radio has satellite radio built in. I can stream satellite radio from my phone if I want to. I could stream YouTube. So basically I can listen to and do anything with this radio that I could with, you know, something from like a 2023 vehicle. And this is a 2018. Down here you have your basic heater and AC controls. This doesn't have the climate control per se, but it does have dual zones, which is nice. So your passenger can, if they're hot-blooded, they can put it all the way up on cold, or if they're warm-blooded, they can put it on warm. I messed that up. I'm getting tired, folks, but you get the idea. It's got an econ button, so basically you push that and you get a little bit better fuel economy. That's your hazards right there. And then this is the traction control off button. And then this blank here, this would be if it had the inverter. This would be the button to turn that on and off. And then you got some storage here. Once again, if it was the higher end model that had the rear DVD infotainment center, this is where that would be. And I think this year they actually started putting Blu-ray drives in. Got some cup holders here, and then some more storage on the bottom with those two power ports. Now this one does not even have the rear center, or the center console. So what I did is I actually just put this in. This is something my dad has. Gives me a couple extra cup holders, you know, a little extra storage there. But it does have the armrests here. Looks like somebody got a little mad one time. It looks like somebody put their fingernails in there, but it's not ripped through, which is nice. You know, it's just a little wear. And I never use armrests anyway. But you can see that this was definitely satin. You can see there's definitely some wear there, but look at the passenger one. If I pull the passenger one out, absolutely no wear whatsoever on this. So whoever owned this vehicle, they were the only ones driving it. Apparently they didn't really have passengers. Here's your 112,487 miles. All right. Oh, one more thing. And if it had the feature where you had like the power lift gate and stuff, that's where this would be. Right here, it's just the blanking plate. And then, of course, you have storage. They did give you the storage for your sunglasses and the rear mirror, so you can check and see what your kids are doing. Hey, hey, everybody. Hey, hey, everybody. Oh, now there we go. Thought I broke that thing. I need to try to put this back up. I probably should have licked it. Let's see. I don't know why this is not holding. Let's see. Again, probably should be doing it two-handed, but let me try and put you guys back up on here. See if it'll hold. If not, that's no big deal. Ah! Well, made a mess out of that. There we go. At least you guys can see me again. Let's see if she'll hold. I think she'll hold. Hope she will. Let me see if we got any other comments or anything. No. We're 49 minutes in, and my battery's still doing pretty good, so heck, why not? We got 11 people here. We got 14 likes. Let's keep it going for a little bit. I'm not doing too much else tonight, although I am starting to get pretty sweaty out here. I would have thought the temperature would have gone down, and the humidity especially, but apparently not. The humidity is still pretty bad right now. Man, this one's taking a while. You can tell which discs are filled more with music because it takes a lot longer to render them. One thing I'm surprised with this is that it doesn't render like at a faster speed. I would have thought that it could transfer the music a lot faster than it does. Being that this is basically just like a glorified optical drive you'd find in a computer, you know. What were they up to before they started going to DVDs? Wasn't it like 52x or 60x? I think I saw some that were like it's 60x. And at 60x, it would be going a lot quicker than this. Like, I would be very surprised if this is transferring any faster than like maybe a quad speed, so like a 4x, maybe an 8x. But it's at 60% right now, and this disc has been in there. I generally find that it'll play through about 3 songs before it finishes transferring the music over to the hard drive. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Should have brought something to drink, but Yeah, it's not a big deal. Oh, one thing, this does actually have cruise control as well. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but yeah, this van actually, and I think that's kind of standard. When you think of standard features in vehicles now, it's usually power windows, power locks, cruise control, um, what else? Air conditioning. That stuff is like all standard. I mean, you find that on almost any vehicle. Where it starts getting a little more iffy is like the power options, like the power and heated seats, which of course this doesn't have any of that. And I'm actually glad. It would have been nice. Okay. I would have liked to have power seats. That would have been nice because the power seats let you adjust the height level, whereas this one is just back and forth. And then of course you can put the seat back if you want, but you can't actually adjust the seat up and down. But when it comes to like heated and cooled seats, I don't like any of that because it just causes too many problems. There's too many things to go wrong, and especially being these are cloth seats, I just don't need it in the winter. Winters here are not that bad. Summers are warm, but I would never use like air conditioned seats. I never understood that one. That I could understand in a really cold climate, you maybe wanted a heated seat, especially if you're like in a really cold climate, like up where my uncle lives. Like when I was working in Afton, up at the variety store, or the discount grocery store, you better believe when I was driving my Yukon at that time, and that had heated seats, you better believe I was using them. And if I was to live up there again, I would probably get a vehicle with heated seats. But now that I'm living down here, it's just not really necessary. Okay, so we're on the third song, Lion Eyes, and it's like 84, 85% done. So let me check the chats. No more questions or anything. We got 14, 15 people here. Nobody wants to ask me any more questions. Come on, folks. I'm going to stop talking here for a minute. You're going to have to start engaging with me a little bit more here. I knew we were going to start losing people when I said, let's start engaging more. All right. Yeah, come on. Whoever is out there, I don't know. Maybe you're not able to. I know a lot of people like me. I use my Roku all the time to stream, and I can't make any comments or anything. I kind of feel bad about that sometimes because, like, I watch Auto Auction Rebuilds, and he always like, give me a like, which I can do, and I do that for him every day usually. A couple videos I'll leave that alone. But anyway, I can give a like, but I can't make any comments because with the Roku, there's just no way to do it. And I probably should start using my computer again because I actually have a computer that's my data backup computer that's hooked up to that 46-inch Sony LCD Bravia TV that I picked up off the side of the road, about a year ago now. I should use the computer because at least then I can make comments. Okay. So 3 songs in and it finished. So there you go. And I did skip the Aerosmith song. Nope, still nobody wants to chat. Nobody wants to ask me any questions or anything like that. No questions, comments, queries, posers. Any riddles? I used to be pretty good at riddles, honestly, but I don't know anymore. Let's see if I get track info. Oh, I actually do get track info on this as well. Very surprised, being that's an older CD from the 80s, that it actually had disc info on it. Just goes to show you they've been using disc info for a long time. I don't think, I'm going to play this from it. I don't think any of this is going to get copyright strikes. This is just too obscure music. My daddy taught me how to ride 2 chrome wheels, some handlebars, could not break the chain. Was summer day as I recall, wasn't long for I took a fall. Daddy smiled, dusted me off, got back on again. There ain't no easy horses, but you gotta learn to ride. You may fall, you will stumble before you hit your stride. Mother Earth will catch you. I'm not going to play a lot of it just in case, but let's see what else we got on here. Slow Boat to China. When you left me. Oh man, this one's twangy. Wow, it's amazing how many of you dropped off when I started singing country music. I guess I don't have a lot of country music fans on here. How many of you out there like country music? Anybody out there a big country music fan? Or are we more like the rock and roll, teeny bopper pop type people? Let me know what you guys like. Put it in the comments. Let's get a little comment thing going. What kind of music do you like? Do you like country music? Do you like Christian music? Do you like rap, rock, pop, jazz, alternative, heavy metal, grunge? I think is another one. Let's see. Stick it in there. That's all I need you guys to do right now. Go ahead and put it in the comments. Stick in what you guys like. What kind of music you guys like to listen to? Rock, pop, grunge, rap, crap. No, I shouldn't say that because some of you out there might actually like rap. Either you guys aren't wanting to interact or my chat window's not working again. Could be a combination of both. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, let me know. Whoever's still here. Well, you got 10 watchers here. What kind of music you guys into? You guys and gals into? Could be some gals here too. I don't know. Come on, stick it down there. I'm waiting. I want to know. Madam Roy wants to know, what kind of music do y'all like out there? Am I the only one that likes music? Tell me, maybe you don't like music. There are some strange people out there that actually do not like music, believe it or not. Hearing gunshots again. Very faint this time. I think this is from another area. Very, very faint in the background, but you can hear it. All right, folks, I think I'm actually going to end it here because my voice is starting to get hoarse. I'm actually going to be getting ready to go in here in a couple of minutes because I need to get something to drink, and I'm actually starting to get pretty tired. It's getting on towards 10 o'clock right now. I can't believe it. We've been doing this for almost an hour, so thank you all for coming. I'll give you another minute or two. Just let me know in the comments if you want to. Let me know what kind of music you all listen to, what you all like out there. I'm gonna chalk this up to the comments section not working because I can't believe nobody here would write down the kind of music that you like. Put it in the chat window. What do you guys like? Come on. Let me get at least one person here. That way I know the chat window's actually working. No? All right. Well, I'm going to end it here then. Thank you all for coming. Please continue to like and subscribe. Stay safe out there. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.